Hi everyone. Today I'm going to whip up a quarantine tank. It's always a good idea to quarantine any new fish for a few weeks prior to adding them to your aquaponic system. This allows you to perform preventative treatments and remove any fish that are sick, limiting the possibility of disease getting into your main system. We'll start off with this salvaged 40-gallon tank that I found at the local Trash to Treasure shack. I tested it for leaks and cleaned it all out. Instead of cleaning the water through a standard aquarium filter, I'm going to make this a mini aquaponic setup. Why spend the money on filters when you can let Mother Nature take care of it? I acquired a bunch of perforated steel scrap, which will make a perfect stand above the tank for a gravel bed. The steel is easy to work with and assembles like an erector set. It may not be pretty, but it will serve its purpose. The legs are cut to provide 18 inches of space between the tank and the bottom of the grow bed, which is plenty of space to access the fish and pump. The bottom brace is inset a bit from the ends of the legs, so the legs can straddle the lip of the tank, preventing it from falling off. 2 more pieces are added to act as the tabletop for the gravel grow bed, and then a couple of cross braces are added to keep the assembly from racking. Now it's time to set it up in the greenhouse. I chose a spot next to one of the grow beds where the tank can stay in the shade, but the grow bed will get some sun. The grow bed tub is a reused bed that was once in my indoor system. I won't go into details on how I put the bed and siphon together, since you can find it in this other video. I'm not treating this as a closed loop system. I'm still performing partial water changes, and the nutrient levels fluctuate a lot because of the fish quantities, and the chemicals are constantly changing. To get the system started, I temporarily diverted water from the main system to fill the tank, and filled the media bed with a few buckets of expanded shale. I also threw in a few lettuce seedlings to give the plants a head start. I'm using a variable speed brushless DC pump for the intake. I installed an elbow pointing down to suck the solids off the bottom of the tank. There's one line that shoots water back into the tank, which works well for aeration, and the other line continues up to the grow bed and hooks onto the side. Overall, the setup is compact and doesn't consume a lot of floor space. The pump is consuming an average of 12 watts, which is fairly good considering it's being used for circulating and aerating the water. I started to use this setup as a hospital tank to treat a few of my koi that had some ulcers. I would just net a bunch of random fish, examine them for disease, and then transfer the sick ones to the isolated tank. Now that they have been treated and are on the road to recovery, I can use the tank for its intended purpose and quarantine my new arrivals before adding them to the main aquaponic system. If you enjoy our videos, it's always appreciated that you give it a thumbs up and share with others. Thanks for watching!